Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Friday, February the 3rd, 2012. We got a whole bunch of charts to look at here, going over the whole global markets. We've got a lot of charts to look at and not a lot of opportunities, but we do have a few, so I want to draw those to your attention. Starting off, we're going to look at the Australia market. Ticker symbol AORD. You guys know that we've been long from back here looking for a target up here. We got that point, had a nice hammer, or an inverted hammer candlestick formation. That was showing some resistance when reversed to the downside there. We could have played that as well. And now we're starting to bounce around in this particular range. You'll notice this move to the downside here did not take out any lows. You're a low here, maybe one over at this point here, but you didn't take any of that out. So this is still actually in an uptrend, didn't break down. That means you're most likely going to test this high again. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if we can't find some opportunity. If we see something looks strong, we'll get into it. But right now I don't see a lot of strength right here, so I'm not going to be a buyer at the moment. Looking now at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we finally shook off some weakness that we were seeing in the Dow Jones and started moving higher. However, you broke the uptrend, and now I have no reference point for support. Basically, we have this low point here, 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 here. Finally broke down here. So when that trend breaks down, then we can no longer say that it's really strong uptrend. It's weakening, if anything else. We have now moved back to the upside, but again, I don't want to jump on at this point here, making an all-time new high with a stop down here. I just don't like that. We've also had a series where we had a low point here that was taken out this way, so just jump on here with low points now starting to break down, the uptrend starting to break down. I don't like that. Your best support line that you have here, previous resistance was here, here, and then you broke out here. So this resistance line can be acting as support now, but you've not tested it. You just took off from it and just going to keep moving higher. That's fine and dandy, but you're going to have to pull back at some point and test that guy. That's just how that game is going to get played. So I would not be a buyer at this point in time. Too far extended. I don't really like that. I'd like a better pullback, something I can work with. There are some opportunities in individual companies I'm sure you could find out there in the U.S. markets to trade this move to continuing higher in the markets, but I wouldn't do it with the averages. The CAC French 40 index has made a move to the downside and reversed, bounced off of that. We've already gone over this, I believe. Let me show it to you again. You have a resistance point here, 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 and then breakout here. Let me draw that out. So with that resistance there, when you break out of it, you have to close above it. You did so right here, advanced a little bit, and then pulled back. And what did we find? We just tested that resistance line, which is now acting as support, bounced quickly off of that and started moving higher. So you can be a buyer right here, and I prefer a little bit of a pullback, but you may not get it right here with a stop right here. You can still enter that with limited risk at least, so that's a tradable opportunity if you're looking for that. Looking at the German DAX, you'll notice that you've had 4 consecutive days to the upside for this week, and you'll notice also that that tends to be the average for this actual chart. Looking just this time frame, you can see that you had 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive days to the upside here, before you had a down day, 4 here, before you had a down day, let's see, 4 here, before you had a down day. So that's just what I want to take note of here. I wouldn't be a buyer at this point in time simply because you're trading above the upper Bollinger Band line. You've had 4 consecutive days to the upside. Your major support is way away from you. Here's your resistance line right here. Well, actually, this is a minor support, but here's your resistance here, here, here. Here's the breakout. Now you've advanced from here. You've never tested this minor support here. Major support is actually way down here. So I would not be chasing at this level. If I got a pullback, okay, but not this time. Okay, now a look here at gold. This is actually the strongest chart that I see for an opportunity that I might consider, and I'll show you why in a moment. So when we're looking at all the overall markets, this is one I want you to pay attention to. This pullback that you've seen here in gold right here, it's a bearish engulfing, very bearish, telling you, oh, we're going to fall and sell off and blah, blah, blah. Good, great, let it do it. This move right here, this candlestick right there, that's not one of these, okay? This is a shooting star. It's telling you that there's resistance right there. That's not there, so we know that there's actually not resistance here, at least not to the same degree it was before. You also notice that the close of this candlestick is higher than the previous close. That qualifies as a breakout. That's what we want to see. That means your next pullback here will be a buy opportunity. It doesn't matter how low it goes. We'll keep an eye on it. We prefer a real deep one, but probably won't get that. But we'll watch it anyway. Looking for a pullback here next week and an opportunity to be a buyer. So we need to find a particular reversal signal in that pullback. We don't have it yet, but we're definitely keeping our eyes on it for a buy opportunity. Quick look here at the India Bombay Stock Exchange, the BSE. Not really had an opportunity to be a buyer in this. You had this creeping along through here. Had a breakout on this day right through there. A little pullback, and then she took off to the upside. We had stronger charts during this time period to trade alongside, so we didn't get involved here. Then we had a single day to the downside and no reversal signals or anything, just a really bearish single day, and then we shot back up to the upside. So again, missed that opportunity. I like to see a nice solid pullback, to support, something that I can use, and then a nice hammer reversal signal and so forth and so on. We didn't get that, so we missed that opportunity as well. So you can continue to move to the upside, advance your stop if you are long, but I would not be a buyer next week on this one. Looking at the EWJ or the Japan iShares, I don't see any opportunity here next week either, not at the moment. So I wouldn't be a buyer. I don't want to chase at this point. I want an entry opportunity that I can really use. Here you had a nice move to the upside, breaking out. Higher high than these guys here, higher lows here and here. So you're starting to get a reversal signal, pull back here. Really like that. Nice hammer setup right there. Good buy opportunity. And there she goes. That's what you want. I want a quality controllable situation. We don't have that buying at this level. London Financial Times Index, or the FTSE, actually faked us out with a fake breakout. We had this, we were calling properly sideways moving activity, we wanted to wait for a breakout before we got the buy opportunity. That happened here. You broke out, then you just pulled right back down, and now you've taken off again with a real breakout. This one actually works. If you're still long, continue to advance your stop along the way. I missed that opportunity, my bad. Maybe we'll get another one down the road. This one's probably got more upside, pretty easy. Basically, you look at this move here, and then you get that same distance off the breakout. Typically, these sideways channel situations are in middle. They form in the middle of an overall move. So you took this distance here, expect that to expand to up there. You've got some more upside here. Quick look here at the NASDAQ. My overall view, don't touch it. It's got way too far, way too fast, with no quality entry opportunity. Here's your major support right down here. Here's your minor support right up here. Well, it wouldn't actually be there. It would be here. That's more proper. So there's your minor support, and you're way up here. I don't want to be a buyer up here knowing that she has to break down all the way to here before I notice there's a problem. Any move, any pullback down here would likely just be a buy opportunity. Until we get something like that, I just don't want to be chasing it. You're also trading, let me clean that up. You're also trading above the upper Bollinger Band line. You're also up above the overbought condition, the ultimate oscillator, which is above the 70 line here. So all these conditions tell me just to leave it alone and wait for a better opportunity or a better chart. I am sure there are those out there who would be looking for individual companies within the NASDAQ average. That would make sense if you're looking for a laggard that was going to be rising higher as more people look for opportunities that aren't so overextended. I understand that concept, but as far as trading the average, not here. Looking now at the oil index, you can see that we have resistance way over here. And let's draw that out. Try to make it straight. And bounced off of it there, here, then broke through it here, fake broadly for a couple days, then broke down below it again, broke out again. Is this the real one this time? Maybe, but I need to see some more confirmation. This is kind of sloppy right here, real wide breakouts and breakdowns. I'm going to wait. Looking at the UUP, or the US Dollar Bullish Index Fund, you guys know if you watched the videos from earlier this week, we have a bullish divergence forming here. This basically means price activity is going lower while momentum is going higher. While that's happening, that's basically telling you that this move to the downside in the US dollar is unsustainable from a momentum perspective, and you look for a reversal move back to the upside. I expect this to be true because it's telling me basically that it's confirming what I'm seeing in the overall markets, that they're moving higher and higher and higher. However, it's unsustainable. That's why you're seeing bearish bearish divergences form on individual major markets, while you're seeing the bullish, the vice versa form on the U.S. Dollar. What's going to happen is at some point you're going to start seeing a sell-off in stocks. When that happens, they'll be buying the U.S. dollar. They're dumping stock to get dollars, and that will put buy pressure under this chart here, and you will see this reverse here. At the same time, the others will reverse to downside. That makes sense. There's a correlation there. So that's what I'm looking at here. It hasn't really taken off just yet. We're trying to be, call the exact bottom at this point, but keeping a tight stop on it, and we'll see what develops. The Russell 2000 Small Cap Index, really strong move to the upside. Here was the resistance here, here. Let me draw that out. What we had was a nice little breakout, but we had some consolidation going on. I missed this one actually. We had some consolidation going on right here before the breakout. That gave you a real nice strong support. On liftoff, you didn't have to test it again, and then she just took off. I totally missed that. My bad. Up she goes, and we're now trading well above the upper Bollinger Band line. Not going to chase it at that point. Give me a pullback and we'll consider it, but at this point, no. The S&P 500, a really nice chart. We stayed with this one for a long time. Finally got taken out back in here, I believe it was, or maybe it was in here. Anyway, this move has made a really nice move to the upside here. But again, I want a quality pullback. None of this little bit here and then taking off again. No, I want a good quality pullback. Don't give it to me, then I won't play it. Not at this point. You've just gone too far. Look at this big move. That's your major supports right here. Minor support is off of the breakout. I'm just not going to chase this thing any higher at this point. Yeah, again, you could find individual companies within the S&P 500 which are laggards, and you could trade them, which wouldn't be as overextended. You wouldn't have to chase, and there's going to be a lot of people doing that, and that's actually what's going to create a self-fulfilling prophecy, basically. That's why laggards get lifted at the very end of the rally, so you can look for that, but I wouldn't chase this individual average higher. Silver is a tricky chart. There's going to be one of two things going to happen here, at least the way I view it. In both of them will be buy opportunities. So let me show you how I'm viewing this. Hang on a second. Alright, first off, we've got this trade opportunity you could take advantage of using the hammer candlestick formation. You had another one here we told you about, using the stop just below this neckline here, telling you where the target was. And then you got a reversal back to the upside, like you're going to break out here. What you're probably doing is just moving sideways here atop of this previous resistance line, which you've already broken out of. What you're basically seeing there is some consolidation before she's likely to move higher. So what you could do is keep a stop just down here below this low here and be a buyer on this pullback, expecting price to continue to move higher like you're seeing in other charts out there. That would make sense. However, if gold got a bigger move, a bigger pullback to the downside, and then you would also see that likely in silver. And that would mean basically that you would easily be stopped out. If you bought right here, she'd break down to there and you'd get stopped out. If you get this deeper pullback, be looking for an opportunity to buy again. That would give you a better entry opportunity if you did get stopped out. Be looking for an opportunity to buy again. You're not seeing a shooting star formation here. You're going to test higher, and so that pullback would be a buy opportunity. In case there's any confusion out there, obviously the metals at this point in time are the best looking charts for finding a buy opportunity. Canada's chart, the TSX, is a bit sloppy. Here was the high point back here. I can't really quite see it, but it's in there somewhere. You've had a breakout over here. Well, 1, 2, both of them failed. You've got another one here that appears to be holding its own. But the low points from here and here are moving down. It's actually not a really strong chart here, so I would find something else to trade on the long side. But it can continue to drift higher, or you can gain in strength as it continues to move higher in the overall markets around the world. So there's more opportunity here, I would imagine, but I'm not going to use this particular chart from a long perspective at this time. It's too sloppy. The VIX Volatility Index runs the inverse of the S&P 500. This is just another chart telling us that the overall markets are just too far overextended. How do we know that? A couple different ways. You know when you're getting a pullback here and you start getting hammer formations in the mix, you know there's support there. That's something that you should note and want to be looking for a bottom to start forming, and that's what you're seeing here. You're also seeing these low points here. These are trending down. The corresponding low points are trending up. That tells you that this is a false or unsustainable sell-off here. It's likely to whip back the other direction. That's basically confirming what we're seeing with the overall markets, believing that the move to the upside is unsustainable. You're going to get a pullback, and that's something that we should definitely pay attention to and we're looking at. So whenever you're out there looking for buy opportunities, know that you're overdue a pullback, and if you are going to be buying this market, find something that's been a laggard. Don't chase them higher. If you've not been to our free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Also, I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. Take care, be safe, and I will see you all on Monday. God bless. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.